What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
With Nick Cannon and Amanda Bynes.
Oh, yeah.
How did you get that opportunity? Because you had a lot of, you've been in some great situations, Gabe.
So, in 2000, I want to say it was 1999, 2000,
Okay.
I was on a show, basically the Saturday Night Live version for kids on Nickelodeon called All That. The show featured Amanda Bynes, Nick Cannon, Keith Thompson, who's I think holds a record for most sketches now on SNL.
Yeah.
You know, it was, I want to say season 6? Basically, Keenan and Kel, they spun off and did their own show called Keenan and Kel on Nickelodeon.
Yep.
So they left All That and they needed somebody to come in and fill in. And someone had seen me at the Laugh Factory doing stand-up, and they recommended me to Tolan Robbins, who was they were the producers of the show.
Okay.
And so next thing you know, I'm at Nickelodeon, and I'm in an office, and it's me and my manager, and I'm sitting there, and they're like, okay, so you're Gabriel, you're funny, someone saw you, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, they said you're good at characters. And they said, can you do some characters for us? And then I just started rattling off basically my set. I was doing, the girl voice, like, oh my God, like, seriously? Like, wow. And as soon as I did the girl voice, they're like, and then I just started doing other voices. I was doing, I think, the president, like, oh, let me tell you something right now. Just all the little things I was doing.
Bill Clinton, maybe?
I remember they all looked at each other. And next thing you know, I was on the set. And I was the oldest cast member, because you got to figure, I was about 21 already. No, 2000, shoot, I was 24, 25.
Yeah.
And everyone on the show was like, 12 to 17. But at the time, I had, it was clean cut, full head of hair. I had braces.
Bro, stop,
so that
bro.
really fed into
I'm sorry. Hey, I gotta say this about my bald head folk, bro. Why every time we talk about our past, not me, because I had to hurt, but why every time you talk about their past, they say they had a head full of hair?
Because, that's a part of their past, baby. They ain't got no hair on it. Do you see his hair? Okay.
Yeah.
Looking youthful. And so next thing you know, I'm on the show, and I went from being a comic on the weekends, making, I don't know, maybe $300-400 on the weekends if I hit a bunch of clubs and stuff. So all of a sudden I'm a cast member on All That, and I was making about $3,500 a weekend. And so my life dramatically changed.
That's quick, yeah.
And
that's
it was
quick.
just like, whoo! I had TV the next weekend. It was really cool.
So splurging.
When you see you work close, like I said, you work with Nick, and Nick, you see with Nick with Wildin' Out, and he has other projects. But Amanda Bynes kind of falling on some hard times. She's kind of going through some tough. Have you from that point on, did you ever reach out to her? Have you ever been in communication with Amanda?
So early on with Amanda, she was the golden goose on the show. She was incredibly talented. I remember attending a live Nickelodeon event, and she was hosting it, and I felt like she must have been maybe 11 or 12 years old. And the amount of poise and confidence that she had hosting with a microphone, the way that she worked the microphone, the way that she worked the audience, and she was able to read a teleprompter like with ease. Like she's such a pro. So when I actually got to meet her, even though I was older, I was very intimidated by her. I was just like, oh, that's her.
Right.
And I remember seeing her in makeup, and I was just kind of like real small talk. So unfortunately, I never became really good friends with her. Not that we couldn't be friends.
Right.
I just always felt like, man, she's right here.
And
I'm
moving faster.
I just got this job, Try to mess that up.
Man.
Now listen, I do have to just commend him for not getting close with her at that time, because like he said, there was an age difference, and if y'all watch that documentary, oh my Lord, oh, that was disgusting. But I remember Amanda show, like she carried that whole show I want to say by herself. I do know that there was other people coming in, but she had all of these different segments, and I remember looking forward to that show when they came out with the games. on our old computers with the big computers and all those things.
Right.
So she really was amazing, but that shouldn't stop anybody from reaching out to somebody.
Yeah.
Like it's a drastic difference from being this vibrant young girl to who she is now. And, she's doing better than the last couple of years. Better.
I wonder if I know they do reunions, but they need to do it public.
She wasn't a part of the documentary. And she was a big part of Nickelodeon back then. And she was not even a part of the documentary. I think that says a lot.
Because after a certain time, it's a cutoff. Mm-hmm. It's like out of sight, out of mind type things. Like we don't remember them until their name is mentioned again. Mm-hmm. But I think just for the sake of people who actually love the show, the whole show, not just for the Amanda show, but Nickelodeon at that, it's like a reunion besides the files. Yeah. Right? But a good, I'm going to say it. Besides the files, at least them having a reunion where they can come together and just, have their face on TV where people can see the age and people can see them, all the transitions they are now into and things of that nature. So I think that'll be cool.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. That documentary was a little dark.
I understand. That's what I'm saying. I was trying to maintain some.
That's a little dark.
Couldn't say all I wanted to say.
Okay, I know, baby.
Okay.
I clicked more with Nick. Nick was super cool. Nick was always inviting me out to eat. We were on Sunset on Nickelodeon at the studio, and he'd always take me and Danny Tamborelli to go eat at Carl Jr., which was on the corner.
Right.
And he's like, I got it, guys. And I'm like, all right, you got it. And I was so excited. I'm like, yay, free food.
When Ken and Kel left, did that add pressure to you because you were coming in to replace those guys who had been hugely successful?
Probably so.
So did that add pressure to you? Like, damn.
Yeah, that was a lot of pressure because they had one person replaced two. So it's like, ugh. And I kept hearing it. You're like, oh, this is the guy that they brought in to replace the two.
Yes.
And then part of me was like, all right. Well, why isn't there another guy here?
Yeah. Or why did I get double? Okay, two guys. Why did I get double salary?
But they were incredibly talented. I enjoyed watching Keenan and Kel both. The chemistry was amazing, and that's why they got their show.
Right.
So I was just again happy to be part of the mix. So you want to hear why they get another season?
Right.
All right, here we go. This is a good story. I'm about to hit you with a good one.
Wait.
That's good.
Keenan and Kel chemistry is so good. It's like even to this day, I don't know when the last good burger came out.
It was only one, huh?
No, whenever he had all the kids. Home of the Good Burger, can I take your order?
That's new.
Yeah.
That's new, like in the newer years, Good Burger 2?
Yeah.
I never watched them.
Yeah, you did.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But I'm just wondering, like, even from them having good chemistry, they, stayed hooked up all the way to these years now. So I think that's...
Wait, did they? Because I believe that they stopped talking for a bit. I think. I don't know. Y'all clear that up. I don't know.
I don't want you to drink alone.
No. Believe me, I think I got somebody showing up in a few minutes to drive that Sienna. Okay. Shan.
Sure, I appreciate it. So,
and by the way, can I just say, as a Raider fan, you made my team cry many times.
So I can see you being a Raiders fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably would.
It's coming out now. I wasn't gonna say shit earlier, but I'm like, yeah.
You was at the Coliseum. You was at the Coliseum.
Yeah, in Oakland.
Yeah. Oh, you used to go up to Oakland.
I would go to Oakland, and then.
Because they're in the Coliseum for a long time.
Good job. Good job. Okay.
So you got fired.
So one on Nickelodeon on all that, because of the fact that I could do the girl voice, they loved dressing me up. Putting wigs and skirts and stuff. I could hear KATT already. That's another one, boo-boo. Yeah, they got me in a dress, KATT, sorry. So they would always dress me up with the wig and the skirt and stuff. And so on one episode, they had me dressed up as a cheerleader. And so I had like the pigtails and then the bangs and stuff like that, pom-poms, the socks with the little ball in the back.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So they had me dressed up like that. I'd done a sketch, and then at the end of the show, they have the musical guest. The musical guest goes out there, and then after they're done singing, the whole cast runs out on the set. Hey, that's our show. Have a good night. We'll see you next week. More all that. So there was an order in which everybody runs out on the set. It's always the shortest all the way to the tallest. So I was always second to last because Nick was the tallest.
Right.
And so the band finishes, and then we all start running out onto the set. Well, I'm running out, right? And because of the fact that I have bangs, I can't see that there's a beam going across the stage. There was these beams. And I ran right into the beam and knocked myself unconscious on the set of the
Wow.
And so, boom, hit the floor. I wake up and there's a fireman standing over me. And he's looking at me and he's like, how many fingers am I holding up? And I'm like, 4. He's like, do you know where you're at? And I'm like, Nickelodeon. He's like, do you know why you're wearing a skirt? I'm like, paycheck. So, I'm trying to stand up, but they won't let me stand up.
Right.
I just knocked myself unconscious, and then I'm trying to take off my wig, and they won't let me take off the wig because they think maybe the wig might be holding something in place.
Right.
So what happens is they got the whole freaking ambulance and everything. They put me on a gurney, and they take me to the hospital.
In the
dress.
And you still got costume on. You still got the wig. You still got the cheerleading outfit, the pick.
So all my family and friends that are, because they have a live studio audience, they all just saw me get knocked unconscious, and now basically it's an ambulance, and I can see out the back of the ambulance because I'm laying there, and I see all the cars and my family and friends following the ambulance. I get to the hospital, and of course, they put me in the donut. They start doing a scan to make sure I'm okay, and then eventually they're like, okay, he's got a concussion. So I had a concussion. They took off the thing. And word gets out that there's an entertainer who suffered a head injury at the Nickelodeon Live. Last name Iglesias. So people think that Enrique Iglesias was hurt. And now there's all these news stations showing up to the hospital.
That's
to
crazy.
see if Enrique's okay, not realizing that
It's
it's publicity.
I mean, that's a crazy way to put the promo. Yeah.
Unfortunately, which really left a bad taste in my mouth, which is why I never did any of the reunion shows, is that they sent someone there to with a clipboard to get me to sign
a waiver
saying that Nickelodeon's not responsible for the fact that I got injured on the set. And I'm like, so the guy's just there. He's like, you gotta sign this. And I'm just like, well, what if I don't? And they're like, well, you're probably gonna get fired. And so I'm like, they threaten me with that, and then I sign it, and then they fire me anyway. So yeah, dirty.
Oh, bro, dirty is crazy, bro. Hey,
that was very dirty.
Hold on, I think that's the word.
Dirty. So when they say, how come you never did none of the reunions? Because that's what happened. But it's okay.
Wow.
Because, things turned out all right.
Bro, I appreciate that because he actually just kind of answered the question I was mentioning earlier. I don't see accidents being, like when you see an accident, I think it's on purpose. Because somebody put it there.
You're so crazy.
Think about that. An accident is not an accident. It's on purpose. It may have been some level of a mistake, but I think it was mostly on purpose because it was actually placed there. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, and the wings be dark. So you're running out on stage, you don't really see.
He got a whole bang on covering his eyes. Who put that on his head? And putting the bang that low was supposed to make the suit or the costume more girly. When in reality, now he's, in the hospital because he came and think straight.
And then got fired for it.
Wow.
Never sign anything without a lawyer present.
Man, that's facts.
Especially after a work injury.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, I put $3,500 fire me, boo.
Bruh.
But I ain't signing it.
Bruh. Yeah, no reunions. I can't see your face after that. Y'all failed me. Y'all failed me.
Low down, dirty. Hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.